Hello, boxing fans around the world. Welcome once again. Another episode of Neil Adil featuring Neil Adil himself here on Talkin Fight. I understand we're talking about a young fighter and Josh Taylor.
Hello. Yep, that is correct, Graham. Yes, we are going to be talking about Josh Taylor, but like we were just mentioning, so I hope you guys all had a great weekend. I certainly did. Thanks for coming out, Talking Fight fans. Hope you enjoyed the Canelo Billy Joe Saunders fight on the weekend. Quite interesting. We had that little convo on Friday in regards. We weren't too far off, but like we were talking earlier on, Graham, yeah, so he did get injured in the fight, and yes, they definitely had to throw in the towel in that one for him. Just quick, we'll talk about that just quick, I guess, eh?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, he had to. They had to throw in the towel for him because he got injured. He had an orbital bone break, and apparently he kind of still wanted to fight, I guess, but against doctor's orders, he basically he had to throw in the towel. But Canelo was up on all the cards anyways. Looks like he was taking over the fight big time, and then that uppercut came through, and that was basically it right then and there. So that was it. So thanks a lot, guys. Out. We're going to talk a little bit about Josh Taylor tonight. One of my buddies out of Scotland, the pride of Scotland, Josh Taylor. Gotta like that. Love it. So Josh Taylor, his nickname, I love his nickname too. It's the Tartan Tornado. The Tartan Tornado. I like it. Every Scotsman has a good tartan, right? So he's the tornado, Tartan Tornado. That's a good one. I really like that. So Josh Taylor, he was born January 2nd, 1991, makes him 30 years old, and he was born in Edinburgh, Scotland, United Kingdom. So he's from that famous town in Scotland.
Yep.
And he fights in the super lightweight division. His present career has gone from 2015 to present. He's an active present fighter, and he's ranked as the world's best active super lightweight right now. So that's why we're talking about him. We're gonna. He's got a big fight coming up this month, so later on in the show, we'll give you a little bit of information in regards to that. So he's also ranked the 9th best active boxer pound for pound right now. So he's pretty heavy duty to be 9th in the world active pound for pound and being super lightweight. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's also presently the unified super lightweight champion, holding the WBA Super, IBF, and Ring Magazine titles, which he acquired there back in 2018 and 2019. So he is presently a unified world champion. Congratulations to Josh. That's awesome. And apparently he's very, very famous in Scotland because of that. You know, he's probably Scotland's best fighter, you know, coming out of Scotland. So everybody loves him over there, and I like him too. So he has a wicked style. If you've ever seen him fight, guys, if you haven't, check out some of these Josh Taylor fights. We'll go through a bunch of them later on, but he has power. He's got power in both hands. The one thing I really like about him is he's a very accurate puncher. If you watch him during his fights, he throws excellent combinations, but he's very accurate with his punching. He has a really good jab. He's knocked guys out strictly with his jab, and I'll tell you, he's like Canelo almost. He's got a vicious body punching repertoire. He really likes to work the body on these guys, and then he seems to be able to put the combinations together to get the knockout. So he's a pretty well-rounded fighter. And he's, like I say, he's a world champion, so that's why he is a world champion. He's got everything going for himself right now. So he started boxing at 15 years old, and as an amateur. I don't have any amateur totals on him for his amateur bouts, but a bunch of awards that he won as an amateur. Back in 2008, he won a silver medal at the Commonwealth Youth Games as a lightweight. And in 2010, he won a silver medal at the Commonwealth Games as a lightweight as well. So back-to-back, 2008, 2010. 2014, he won a gold medal. So he popped it up there in 2014 at the Commonwealth Games as a light welterweight. He moved up one division, and he won the gold medal there. He also qualified for Scotland in the 2012 Summer Olympic Games. but he did not medal, unfortunately. But he qualified, so that's good. You know, anytime he can get into a position to be in the Olympic Games, I'm sure that's something that he'll never forget. And anybody who's been involved with the Olympic Games, it's just a fantastic amateur tournament, the best in the world. The best always shows up. So he was involved in that. So his pro totals, he's got great pro totals, Graham. He turned pro in 2015, like I was saying, and he's had 17 bouts to date, of which he has 17 wins. He's undefeated. Right on. Gotta say. 17-0. He's got 13 knockouts of those 17 wins, and that gives him a knockout percentage of 76%. So, like I was saying, he's got some good hands. You know, he can definitely take him down, and he has. So, in 2015, he originally signed with Barry McGuigan's Cyclone Promotions. I don't know if you guys remember Barry McGuigan. Do you remember him, Graham? Oh, hello, Graham. Are you there today? Oh, we've lost Graham.
Sorry, here I am. I'm back. Sorry.
No worries. No, I was just asking. You ever heard of Barry McGuigan?
Heard of him. I couldn't give you his full bio right now, though.
No. He's a ex-world champion, like big time back in the 70s and 80s, I believe. Right. And now he has a production company called Cyclone Productions. But in recently, the last few fights, I believe that he signed with Bob Arum's Top Rank. So wow. He's stepped it up a notch, I guess, with that. He primarily fought in England, Ireland, and Scotland in all his fights pretty much to date. He's only had 2 fights in the United States, but his upcoming fight will be in the States. So he's always seems it's like we always talk about that. You know, these guys they seem to fight in their own country or, you know, relatively close to their country. The Asian fighters fight in Asia. The Australian fighters fight in the Oceania Pacific divisions and down there in Australia. And so these English fighters, they seem to fight, you know, Scotland, England, Wales. They're all in there. So in October 2016, he won the Commonwealth light welterweight title in only his 7th bout, which is pretty good. He was 7-0, and he won the Commonwealth title right off the hop. So July 2017, he won the WBC silver lightweight title. Keeps moving up. May 2019, he won the IBF super lightweight title. So his first world title right there in May 2019. Wow. And then in October 2019, he added the WBA Super and Ring Magazine super lightweight titles to his collection. So he's definitely moved up in class, and he's fought some pretty notable guys. Guys, if you want to check out some of these fights, these are some of the fights that I checked out that I really liked of his. And if you want to check them out, I'm sure you're going to like them as well. The first one was Josh Taylor versus Dave Ryan. I really like that Dave Ryan fight. He also fought a guy named Victor Postel, who we've talked about before. Victor Postel. That was a fantastic fight. And then just recently, a couple of fights ago, I saw him fighting against a guy named Regis Porgranis. And that was a really good fight. That was the most recent fight. That was in, I believe, the October 2019 fight. And that was one of those super series fights, I believe, too. Hey, Graham, remember they have those super series where they bring all the combatants together and they kind of have a round robin type of thing. So he was involved in the super series too. So basically, he has his biggest fight of his life coming up, literally this month. Biggest fight of his life, May 22nd, 2021. Against the WBO and WBC champion Jose Ramirez, who we had talked about on an earlier episode, who's a fantastic fighter himself. That fight's going to be in Las Vegas, and that'll make it for the undisputed super lightweight world championship. You know, so all the belts are on the line that night, and I'm sure it'll be a heck of a fight. I'm really looking forward to it. Have you ever seen Jose Ramirez? We talked earlier about him, Graham, fight. He's a really good fighter too.
I've not seen him fight live. No, but I've seen his YouTube clips.
Yeah, YouTube stuff. Yeah, he's he's a tough combatant. I'll tell you that. But I'm really hoping Josh Taylor takes him down. I mean, I gotta go for the Scottish guy, right? Absolutely, 100%. So I'm really hoping that Josh Taylor does it because there's only the last time there was a unification undisputed Scottish world champion was something like 1959. So that'll be like a huge thing over there. Absolutely, you know. So well, I'll be looking forward to it, and I hope you guys will be too. Again, that's May 22nd, 2021, against Jose Ramirez in Las Vegas. I don't know exactly who's hosting that. Like, is it? I don't think it's DAZN, but I think it might be ESPN or somebody of that that stature, ESPN or Showtime, something like that. So we'll definitely be looking out for them. But yeah, thanks a lot for coming out, guys. Appreciate it, Graham. Josh Taylor, man, our Scottish guy.
You know what surprises me about all what you said, right? Given the fact that Scotland has bred some of the toughest guys that I know on a personal level.
Yeah.
But when you mix into that the Highland Games, and in particular the caber tossing, where they grab like a telephone pole and throw it.
Yeah, they're like,
I'm thinking to myself, the streets of Glasgow are pretty tough, let alone Edinburgh. Okay. Let alone some of the port cities. Okay. These guys are pretty tough guys. They're growing up in a tough neighborhood, let's just say. They've got access to trainers and gyms. They do.
Oh yeah.
So that stat that you gave me blew me away, because I would have thought if you'd have skill tested me and asked me a question, hey, when do you think the last unified Scottish champ? I would not have said.
I think it's undisputed, right? Or I just heard a tidbit about it. Yeah, something like that. Like hold all the belts or something. Back in the day, I guess it was only 3 belts because the WBO wasn't around. But it's been like since I think it was 1959 or something crazy like that.
That's incredible, is what I'm saying.
No, I know. Yeah, this is a really big deal, and I believe it's similar for Ramirez too. There's something about it. Something about a Mexican American. He'll be one of the only Mexican Americans to have a undisputed championship. You know, doesn't happen that often, really, when you think about it, right? Doesn't happen that often. That's why even that upcoming Tyson Fury Joshua fight, which is undisputed, right? World heavyweight fight. Like they don't happen very often. These 4 belt or 5 belt fights. You know what I mean? Like the Canelo one the other night. Same thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be a big fight for Josh Taylor. I hope I'm really pulling for him. I hope you guys pull for him too. He's a good old Scotsman. Gotta like him. Alrighty, so thanks a lot for the likes, guys, the shares, all the subscriptions. Bang that notification bell if you want to come out and check out the show. And
absolutely.
Thanks, Graham, for everything. And I guess we'll be seeing you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
See if you can find another Scotty for us.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm hoping there's going to be more. That's for sure. Alrighty.
All right. Thanks very much, Neil.
Thanks, man. Have a good night, guys. Take care. Be safe.